Hi, welcome to another Flimflammery video. In this one, I'm going to look at Mordenkainen's Multiverse of Monsters and the two books that were combined to create it. Let's get started. Alright, for starters, I want to go into Volos' Guide to Monsters, Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. So first, Volos' Guide to Monsters. The reason Chapter 1 is monster lore, and all this means is it's a bunch of lore about different monsters. That being what? Beholders. Now let's look at the contents. Okay. Beholders, giants, gnolls, goblinoids, hags, kobolds, mind flayers, orcs, and UNT. So it talks about them and goes into depth what they do and like how to roleplay them, and it's fascinating and I love it. Moving on, chapter 2 is character races. So there are a couple of them. I don't remember exactly how many, but so ASMR, Furblog, Goliath, Kinku, Lizardfolk, Tabaxi, Triton, and I think that's it. Oh, and then it also comes with monstrous races, that being Bugbear, Hobgoblin, Goblin, and Kobold, as well as Orc and UNT. So it gives you stats for all those. Then it also gives you, and then of course you've got the best breed, right? The monsters. It has some pretty good monsters. Like let's find a good example here. Let's see here. Oh, Woodload. Those are nice. So basically, it just gives you monster lore, more races, and more monsters. It also gives you some human and non-human things like an archer, a bard, or an archdruid that are really nice to have around. Yeah, that's what's in Volos' Guide to Monsters. Now on to Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. It might be Tome of Foes, so don't quote me on that. But what this one is, it's very similar format to Volos' Guide to Monsters. Is chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all lore. So chapter 1 is the Blood War, talks about that. Then it talks about elves, dwarves, and Dugar, Gith and their endless war, halflings and gnomes. So that's pretty similar, just instead of monsters, it's like elves, right? And the Blood War. But the thing that this also has is sub-races. In Mordenkainen's Monsters of the Multiverse, it treats these sub-races as normal races, but in here it treats them as sub-races. But they're pretty much the same thing. You know, here's the Eldoran, and I know that there's also Sea Elf, but there's also other ones, you know, Dugar and all these other things, halflings and gnomes. It's a lot like Volos' Guide to Monsters. Then you have the bestiary. One of the main features in this one of the bestiary is that has demon lords and devil lords. So, like, final bosses and stuff, you know, like the Demogorgon. Anyway, this is similar to Volos' Guide. Still, it's an amazing book as well. There you go. Okay, so Mordenkainen presents Monsters of the Multiverse. This is a combination of these two. So, how they did, and I've looked at this several times, but what it is it has all of the races from both of these, as well as a bunch of other ones. Except for this is a newer book, so they're updated. But it has all those races, as well as several more. Then it has the bestiary. So, as far as I know, it has all the exact same ones. Maybe a couple more, maybe a couple less. I'm not totally sure, but what I also know is that these stat blocks are updated, and it also is organized in a different way, since this is a newer book. This is also an amazing book. It's the same thing as the other two, just without the lore. So if you don't like lore, then get this one. If you love the lore, the other two beat this one. Okay, as for which ones I like better, I would have to say these two. I love the lore. That makes a campaign so much better, in my opinion. But this one does have more races, and they're updated, and it has the same monsters. So it's really more of a preference thing. If you love lore, these ones are the best. If you don't care about it, then get this one. It has more races. Alright, thank you for watching. Be sure to check out my channel for more Dungeons & Dragons stuff, as well as other things.